Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Wednesday, August 18th. Important video today with more proof from the SBA that the main backlog pile has been cleared. I'll talk about what exactly that means and show you what loan officers are seeing when they try to get new loans to review. Plus, the SBA has 3 new press releases today I will briefly mention. There is a new Fed report that came out today that has caused stocks to waver. And we have an in-depth post on how to grow your business with Google, Trustpilot, and Yelp. I'll share that guide. But most importantly, I will address the EIDL backlog news. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to watch until the end. And if you're new, consider hitting subscribe. Every subscriber really helps us. If you've been watching for a day or for months, just hit subscribe and turn on the alerts and give this video a thumbs up. It's the best way to tell YouTube that others should see this video. We want to help as many people as possible. We're still waiting for an official announcement from the SBA on EIDL 2.0, which is the EIDL increase to $2 million, plus a few new eligible uses for EIDL loans. No official word yet. If you want to calculate your potential EIDL loan increase based on your 2019 revenue and cost of goods sold, you can go to your Skip dashboard and take a look, or go to EIDL2.com. If you're new to Skip, add your email and you'll be able to redirect to this page. You'll also be able to track your business funding on our funding tracker. You can do this on the website as well as on our app. It's Hello Skip in the App Store and Google Play. Okay, let me first talk about the EIDL loan backlog. I mentioned this a couple days ago. Many of you are still waiting, so the main question is, what does the SBA mean when they say they've cleared the main backlog? We heard this Friday, we heard this Monday, I've heard it again today. So from the perspective of the loan officers, here is what many of them are seeing. We had a couple screenshots sent just to give you peace of mind. No sensitive information here, but here is how it looks. Of course, we know this already. Loan officers review applications. They have an internal portal where they do this. When they finish one loan application, they go on to the next. Now here is the message they're seeing now after clicking Get New Task. They get this error message saying no tasks found. Now we don't know the extent of this. If all loan officers are seeing this, we imagine some are tasked with reconsideration only. But for the main backlog, when people pull in the next application, here is a message that has been being seen since Monday. So I wanted to share this with you to help you understand. Look, there are probably multiple buckets for applications in the SBA. Yes, they've cleared their main backlog. We know tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of you are in reconsideration. Tomorrow I will speak more to reconsideration, the main types of denials, and some new advice that we've heard. But since we had hundreds of comments about this, I wanted to share this with you. If you're still waiting, if it still says you're waiting on your dashboard, just stay patient. We hope the SBA is continuing to work at a rapid pace and get through pending or reconsideration EIDL applications. 3 press releases from the SBA worth mentioning. Administrator Guzman celebrates Startup Day across America. That's about it. So if you're a startup, you're being celebrated today. Here's her quote: "On Startup Day across America, we celebrate new business ventures who are innovating and creating, solving problems, and bringing new products and services to big cities and small towns throughout our nation." The second press release was about bringing new staff into the SBA. So that's good news, bringing more people in. And there's a long list here: Chief of Staff for Policy, External Affairs, Counselor to the Administrator, White House Liaison, Senior Advisor for COVID Program. So that's a good sign. Director of Engagement, Director of Scheduling, Policy Advisor, Special Advisor, and a bunch more. The reason I share this is because it's good news, because it looks like some great people they've brought onto the team. So I hope it means positive progress for you if you're a small business owner thinking about new funding, waiting on new funding, etc. I will say the SBA continues to do lots of outreach and engagement on webinars across the country. So if you've seen an SBA webinar, by the way, I'd love to hear. Drop it in the comments. If you want to find out about when the SBA does webinars, for example, they did one today on EIDL grants and loans. A lot of the information that I share as well, but would love to hear if you've tuned into any of those so far. The third announcement, the SBA gave themselves a pat on the back for the PPP, Direct Borrower Forgiveness. Yesterday, I shared a lot of data on the PPP program. Their portal has accepted almost 500,000 submissions since it went live 2 weeks ago. Again, the problem here in many cases is your lender may not have opted in to the Direct Borrower Forgiveness portal because they have their own flow. So for many of you, that's why you have not been able to apply for direct forgiveness. You're having to wait for your lender to give the go-ahead. Most of the time, lenders will invite you saying, okay, you can now submit for forgiveness. Here's how to do it. Here are the steps, boom, boom, boom. But that's a good sign. And I talked about some of the data yesterday. The main takeaway in yesterday's video was, look, a lot of people from last year still haven't requested forgiveness. 1 out of 5 businesses from 2020 have not applied for PPP loan forgiveness. So that's a call to action to make sure you're applying for forgiveness, turn those loans into grants. Now, before I talk about the Fed report and the stock market news, a few tips on growing your business. In the coming days and weeks, we'll be talking a lot about how to increase your customer base, how to grow your business, because at the end of the day, that's one of the most important things. After you get funding to stabilize your business, maybe hire more people, you of course always need to reach more customers. Now, this post is up on our blog and app. Did you know that nearly 90% of buyers read online reviews before making a purchase? Okay, just want to mention that 90% of customers read online reviews. So that's the importance to make sure whatever industry you're in, you have positive reviews and you're being proactive there. We've done a step-by-step guide to the importance of business reviews for building trust, how to create a free Google My Business account. If you're not on Google yet, we go over how to get a Google listing so people can leave you reviews there. That's what shows up whenever you search in Google for a business and you see the blurb about the business. Many of you likely already have this, but if you don't, we talk about how to get it set up and how to create a free Trustpilot account. Again, your business may be on Trustpilot without you knowing, so you can go and claim your business, so you can respond to reviews, respond to customers, and understand the feedback you're getting, which is the most important thing. Getting feedback from users. That's why I love everyone who leaves comments here. I try to spend as much time as possible hearing from you and what you want more of, and also Yelp as well. Pros and cons with Yelp. It's frustrating for many businesses to essentially live or die by Yelp reviews, but it just means that if you can have a strong presence on Yelp, you'll be ahead of the curve. So those are the 3 recommendations. If you don't have all 3, Yelp, Google reviews, or Trustpilot, take a few minutes to read this and consider setting it up to get positive reviews coming into your business. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the comments. I'll be talking about social media tips in the next couple days as well. Finally, Fed signals asset purchases likely to slow this year. Federal Reserve officials last month indicated they were on track to begin reversing their easy money policies later this year, despite lingering differences over when exactly to pull back support for an economy growing more rapidly than expected earlier this year. The Fed cut interest rates to 0 last year and began purchasing $80 billion a month in Treasury securities and $40 billion in mortgage securities to provide added stimulus. Officials in December said they would want to see, quote, substantial further progress toward meeting their goals of inflation that averages 2% over time and labor market conditions consistent with full employment. That was today. Here's the stock response. The Dow, S&P 500 are poised to retreat for a second day. There were records earlier in the week, again, up and down every single day. In addition, money managers have also been weighing the likely economic impact of increasing cases of COVID-19 and the Delta variant. Minutes from the Federal Reserve's late July meeting showed officials have debated their timeline for pulling back on asset purchases, like I mentioned, with most arguing the economic recovery has advanced enough that the Fed could begin tapering the process sometime this year. That's today's quick update. Remember, if you want to calculate your EIDL loan increase, you can go to EIDL2.com or log into Skip on our website. Drop your comments below. Most importantly, thanks so much for tuning in and giving this video a thumbs up. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.